Well, it took a while, but I finally got my hands on some of the super hard to get and super silly Pokemon bootleg cards known as Magic Babies. The Magic Baby Pokemon cards are quite infamous, and it actually took me a few years of keeping an eye out for these to actually get some to cover on bootleg zones. And obviously the main reason that I really wanted to get some of these to cover on the show is they're quite silly. So after not being able to find any of these for a while, a few sellers from Spain ended up listing some. The card backs of the Magic Babies look fairly normal. They don't call them Magic Baby or anything, they're just a bootleg of a regular card back. Though technically the card backs are flipped upside down from what they should be. Also, the printing on these card backs is noticeably lighter compared to a real one. Magic Baby cards are also slightly undersized compared to a real card. And my hands look super red again. Anyway, here's the comparison everyone needed, the Magic Babies next to those weird Turkish Russian cards. And last time I did miss a couple of name errors on these cards, like they called this character Eevee when normally it should be called nothing. But yeah, there were a few actual things I missed. I'm gonna blame the heat mostly, like Wiggly Puff and then misspelled Flareon. The Magic Baby cards are also notable for having weird combinations with characters from the anime on some of them. So we've got Misty with Coil Tadpole, and it looks like she's lighting its cigar. So if you've never seen these cards, you might be wondering how they got the nickname Magic Baby if it just calls them Pokemon on the card back. Well, they get that nickname from the title above their names on the card front, where it calls a lot of them Original Magic Baby. So that's just on the base Pokemon. Ones that evolved from nonsense like Wheel Elephant here say, evolved from the Short Foot Elephant Baby. I really don't know what the Short Foot Elephant Baby is, and I really don't know what that supposed Pokemon is. Is that a real thing? And I can't make it out. But hey, be sure to put Wheel Elephant on Original Magic. The hit points on the Magic Baby cards is also kind of odd because in the real Pokemon card game, all the hit points are divisible by 10, but here they give them odd ones like 13 and 06. Like, these bootleggers must know how numbers work, right? Did they really think that was good? Some of the names they give these cards just seem like complete nonsense, like 2 Igglybuffs here are Big Mouth Bat. But as it turns out, the Magic Baby card for Golbat is also called Big Mouth Bat, and that makes a little bit more sense than Igglybuff, or 2 Igglybuffs. So even though these are Big Mouth Bats, they are Balloon Magic Babies. And they have the move Coquetry Boxery and the Kiss of an Angel. You know, these Big Mouth Bats really are a lot of things, aren't they? Number 6 Road, Morning Evening, born from Beastag. I think these are just poor translations from Pokedex info. You notice that some of the normal types in Magic Baby have different colored backgrounds instead of the normal one. Also, what should be the psychic background has gotten extremely pink instead of the normal purple. And every card in Magic Baby's a holo foil, so every card's a winner, I guess. And they all have that same spinny circle pattern on them. They've done some silly edition 1ing on some of these cards as well. I don't know if there's actual variants of any of these though, or if just like certain Pokemon were always listed as edition 1. I have a double of the Pokemon with no name and Double Tail Fox, and they're both just not edition 1'd. And then I have a double of Kangaskhan, more popularly known as Bag Dragon, and they're both edition 1. Latios is now known as Latios. And Latios has a whole 18 HP. What a great legendary. And I really love the picture on this one. It's just Latios or Latios bored on a farm. And it may exist all areas. Preferred 1, 2, 4. Have to pass 1 time. Again, this seems like really crappy translation of Pokedex info about where it may spawn. But anyway, Latidos does tooth attack and magic power. Mini Dragon has a whole 0.8 HP, but who cares because it knows how to rap! Alright, we're about to rap some magic babies. You take care of the singing, I'll do the hard part. Mini Dragon, Latidos, Big Mouth Bat, Wheel Elephant, Bag Dragon, Wind Speed Dog! That wasn't anything. Dragon Anger Beat. Guess that's the beat it uses for its rap. So, new style Arcanine, which has a whole 9 HP, evolves from Catty Dog, which is also a Rattata according to the picture. It's a legend magic baby, even though it blows. It's got Snarl Glare and Flame Vehicle. This attack can be used when Fire Fairy, whoever that is, has an energy card. And by the way, I have no energy cards to go with any of the magic babies. So I guess magic baby energy is even more rare than Mewtwo Strikes Back energy. So Lugia is now known as Logia, and it at least has 43 HP, so it's better than some of these other legendaries. It can Future Predict or Stealth Rebirth. So on Stealth Rebirth, no matter how is one word much damage Logia suffers in this bout, it will be inefficient at the end of the bout. I guess that means it won't kill it, but that's a really awkward way of saying that. After Get the Silver Feather, you can get in the cave of Swirl Island. Good old Swirl Island. Maybe they're talking about the hollow foil pattern. So old Coil Tadpole with his best friend Misty can do Squirt Gun. Toss a coin, Reverso, 15 points damage. You know, if it does Reverso, sure. And then Hypnotism Hubble Bubble, 30 damage. You'd think Hypnotism Hubble Bubble might be some kind of status thing, but nah, it's just damage. Bag Dragon. That was the last magic baby I needed in the original Pokedex back when. It's a Love Sun magic baby, whatever that is. It can do Scrabbling, choose one from opponent players and throw into the discard card area. Sweet. And then Wigwag Boxing, keep from dying. Toss 4 coins, damage 20x times of heads. So here's a rather interesting blurb. Can get from Correctitude Trees. Prize of Jade Insect Game Area. Communicator before. Evolved from Beastag. All of that is just so true. Well, I've been through the bootlegs on an Eevee with no name. So one of No Name's moves is just like a complete move list. Strike, Swing Tail, Bite, and Dart. Reverso, 10 points damage. Can get from trees. The prize of the Jade Insect Area. Communicator before. That's just like true of everything, isn't it? Espeon is now Double Tail Fox, which is impressive since it only has one tail, though, I mean, we can count both tails of the doubles, right? Anyway, it can also do Light and Fire, though this is a completely different Light and Fire. Double Tail Fox's Light and Fire just does 60 damage, and No Name Pokemon's has that whole 10 plus Reverso thing. So it evolved from Ivy in the silver version only, you know, the silver version of this card game. Moltres is just Flame Bird. I do love the ultra literal name here. It can do Blaze Wing Beat. Damage opponents 40 points. But this trick weaken half of the damage to Supernatural series magic baby. And also Blaze Trap. And the only extra thing about it is Communicator before. Coil Tadpole comes from Changpang City. That's my favorite Pokemon magic baby city. Jolteon, aka the Storm Fairy, has 2 hit points, so, guess that's really not worth evolving from IB or nothing. And we can see they just chose something random to be the pre-evolution Pokemon on these, because this still supposedly evolves from IB, yet we got a different picture here. So instead of being a Butterfree, IB is now a Blossom. Storms and Lightning, Defendant Magic Baby will toss a coin before attack. Heads, attack is inefficient. Everything is inefficient with magic babies, yeah! Storm Needle Attack. Used one word. Storm Fairy was attacked more than 60 points. Will give magic baby the same degree damage as it suffers. So another weird quirk of the Magic Baby cards is where they've stolen all the copyright info and put Nintendo Creatures, Game Freak, 2003-2004 Wizards, they've made the W on Wizards lowercase. And every single Magic Baby card just has the star symbol on it for rare, which, I mean, I guess is sort of true. So here's my favorite Magic Baby card I got out of the lot. Turkey Warrior. And it's got 69, dude! Nice. It evolves from a Waka Turkey, which for a second I thought might be Fozzie Bear, but it's just a sand shrew. Speed moving. Toss a coin. Heads, opponent's attack is any didn't. So is your spell check. Evolved from, one word, Waka Turkey at 36th grade. Wow, Turkey Warrior got all the way to grade 36? And clearly that's just talking about the video game mechanics, not the card game mechanics. Not that any of the mechanics in Magic Baby really makes sense. And here's some bonus high HP early Pokemon bootleg cards that came with my Magic Baby cards. First we got a normal energy addition to Quilava card, though we're calling it a slightly off romanization of its Japanese name, Magyumarushi. And if you look really closely, the text clarity on this card is complete crap. And who knew that when Kabuto grew up, what it really wanted to be was a Parasect with 560 HP. It can do Tail Wag, which is an impressive feat without a tail. Its genetic code is irregular. It may mutate if exposed to radiation from elemental stones. I always knew that Kabuto that's a Parasect was really an Eevee, and it can do 130 plus damage with its quick attack. Here's the 1000 hit point Aerodactyl, which evolves from Meowth. It's got Scratch, which takes 4 regular energy, or Pounce, which does 150 with 3 energy, so why would you ever bother a Scratch? Although its fur has many admirers. Yeah, Aerodactyl's fur, sure. So here's the Haunter that wishes it was a Gengar already, but it evolves from a Paras, so maybe it's actually a Parasect, but not this Parasect. It's got 1200 HP, so this might be the most ridiculous one. So let's put all 2 HP Storm Fairy against 1200 HP Gengar Haunter Parasect. So I guess here's the Meowth that Parasect Kabuto evolves from. Some of you might know it as a Persian, though back when I played Generation 1, I did have a Persian named Meowth. And the actual card and stuff that they're ripping off from was an actual Meowth card, so they're at least fairly close on this one. And here's a nice comparison of the absolute crap text clarity. And let's finish up with Meowth, or should I say Meowth. I wish I had the Magic Baby Meowth, because that one's called Mew Mew. Good line in the King reference. The Meowth uses the same artwork that's on this hollow foil Meowth, but this one's zoomed in more and flipped horizontally. Meowth evolves from Rhydon and can do Horn Attack and Ram. It's totally not really a Rhydon. Anyway, I wish I had more Magic Babies. My collection of them is totally any didn't. The cards on a technical level aren't too bad, but some of the pictures chosen seem quite random, and sometimes the things they match up on them don't even have the same artwork style. I also don't think that the Magic Baby people gave much thought into making their knockoff version of the card game actually be playable. 5. Obviously there wasn't a lot of original thought here. It's mostly full of bad translations and ultra-literal descriptions of whatever the person looking at the Pokemon thought to call it. 1. I do always love seeing Pokemon being called the wrong thing on these stupid knockoffs. especially when they have super silly names like Turkey Warrior. Speaking of, there's another bootleg Turkey Warrior out there, but with super high damage and HP. This one evolves from a Numal though instead of a Sand Shrew. It makes me wonder if this was another bootleg set from the Magic Baby people, or possibly a bootleg of a bootleg. Well, some of these original Magic Babies could really have used a bit more magic because stat-wise, they kinda blow. 9. I have no idea what a package for these cards actually looks like, so this is null. The moment you read any of the text on these cards, you realize they are wrong. Only with a really quick glance might you be fooled that these are legit. The card size isn't even quite correct, and they've removed the TM mark from Pokemon on the card back. 3. And the bootleg zones overall is 8! These cards might not be that playable, but they are quite amusing with the silly names and translations, which is what makes me the most happy with dumb things like these.
Hey, that's not fair! You can't use other bootleg Pokemon cards against my Magic Babies! That's totally didn't!